Alex Sarr is ready to become a major contributor for the Wizards this season, and here's why. He's already told us that he's made major moves to correct arguably the biggest hole in his game from his rookie year, which was scoring in the paint.
Bijan Todd has more on Scout.
Yeah, guys, the most inspiring thing about the Go-Go this year is the story of Scout Labissiere, who grew up in Haiti and was 13 years old in 2010 when the earthquake tragically struck that country. I asked him about it yesterday, and he went into vivid detail about how he, his mom, and his brother were trapped under rubble for hours before they were rescued.
Last question for you. The reason you wore #1 at Florida State, I read, was because you wanted to become the first person in your family to get a college degree, which you did just about a month ago. Congratulations, by the way. How important was that to you? How much did that mean to your family?
Oh, that was very important to me, I think.
Cam Whitmore has taken a major step for the Wizards this year and is becoming one of their most lethal offensive threats. But in order to figure out how he's done that, we need to look at two major stats, and that's points per touch and usage percentage.
Thanks, Brian. Sharif, talk to me about that fourth quarter. You scored 15 of your 30 in the final frame. What were you seeing offensively?
I feel like I got a rhythm.
The future of the Washington Wizards is looking very bright, but when most people think about the future of the team, they think about the young core of the Wizards, players like Alex Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly, and Keyshawn George, and that's great. But it goes deeper than that. The Capital City Go-Go are in the midst of arguably their best season in franchise history. They're #1 in the Eastern Conference right now in the G League with just 2 games remaining in the regular season.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this about football. So if you're running and you get a first down or if you truck a guy, same thing with basketball, do you stand over them? Do you flex on them a little bit?
My thing when I was running was stiff arm. So I'm kind of, once I was stiff arm, I'm already running to the end zone.
Thanks, Wes. In honor of Keyshawn George reaching 100 career games, I think it's high time we take appraisal of everything the Wizards sophomore forward has accomplished thus far, specifically on offense here in D.C. Now, last year as a rookie, Keyshawn was mostly an off-ball option for Brian Keefe and the Wizards. But this year, he's been one of their go-to guys as a ball handler. In fact, he leads the Wizards in touches, assists, drives to the basket, and my personal favorite, assist points created. Now, that means that when Keyshawn is dishing the ball, the Wizards score, plain and simple. Now let's look at Keyshawn in the context of that sophomore class as a whole. Remember how he was drafted 24th overall? Well, guess what? Keyshawn, among all sophomores in the NBA right now, is 3rd in scoring and top 7 in three-point percentage, rebounds, assists, steals, and a whole lot more. So simply put, he's one of the best players among all sophomores in the NBA. And if we're talking about building blocks of the Wizards' future, Keyshawn George is front and center. 100 games down, a heck of a lot more to go. Back to you, Wes.
Welcome back to Care First Arena, everybody. Bijan Todd here courtside as the Go-Go lead the Raptors 905 by 11 here in the third quarter. Chris Mantis arrived with the Go-Go back in October, but he already had a crazy connection to this organization well before that. His late grandfather, Nick Mantis, had a very successful basketball career of his own, even making it to the NBA back in the early 60s. He only appeared in 52 NBA games, but he played 33 of those games with the Chicago Zephyrs, a team which then became the Baltimore Bullets and eventually the Washington Wizards. So technically, Chris Mantis isn't the first Mantis to play with this organization. I talked to Chris yesterday, and he told me that he didn't even connect the dots until his dad told him, hey, you know your Papu, as they call him, retired with this team. Chris said that blew his mind and was a complete full-circle moment for his family. So Brian and Dee, when Chris is out there playing for the Go-Go, just remember that Mantis name can be found elsewhere in D.C. basketball history books. Thanks, Brian. Will, you played last night for the Wizards, you played tonight for the Go-Go, and you dropped 33. Can you speak to your preparation on less than 48 hours' notice?
Yeah.
Downhill Will, that's what they call you. Thanks a lot, Will. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.